On today's episode of Bet Bath and Beyond, we're going to talk about baseball. We're going to talk about Week 4 in the NFL. We're going to talk about Week 5 in the NFL. My 10-team parlay didn't hit, but it was close.
And Andrew, I have a discrepancy with our pick'em game.
Oh, do you now?
We're gonna have some beef. We're gonna have to talk about it at the end. Well, whenever we talk about it. I think there's some nefarious activity going around. Yeah, I'm keeping track of my own scores.
Okay.
And then I look at the scores that you keep track of, and there's a discrepancy.
Ooh, I'd love to hear what this is, because I don't go back and re-listen to the podcast. What I do is I just write them down as we're doing them. And the thing is, we don't have a written record for Week 1. But I'm sure if I just haven't gone back and listened to it. So I'm curious if the discrepancy comes.
It's all on the tape, Andrew.
Right.
It's all on the tape. Check the tape. We'll see.
But anyway, but we're still doing the intro. We should roll into this.
Let's just go. 3, 2, 1, go. I am Ian Peacock.
And I am Andy Heidemann. And I hate sports betting. No matter what you say, I'm betting 100 on it tonight.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to Bet Bath and Beyond.
Brought to you by B3T Sports.
.com.
You can find us on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. You can also do us a huge favor and subscribe on YouTube and rate us on Apple Podcasts. And if you want to win, if you want a chance at winning a free NFL jersey, check out b3tsports.com/contest.
We're doing a free jersey giveaway every month this season.
Every month NFL this season, exactly. We
does that include?
We might
playoffs?
do something special for playoffs. We don't know yet.
Yeah,
that's a little teaser.
We'll have to talk to our marketing team.
But Rob White was the winner of the September jersey giveaway.
Are you allowed to say his name?
Absolutely.
Cool with that?
Yeah,
cool with that?
We sent him his jersey. He got himself a Tampa Bay Gronkowski jersey.
Does he listen to the pod?
I don't know if he listens to the pod. I didn't ask him
if he listened to the pod. We gave him a free NFL jersey, and you didn't ask if he listens to the pod.
I don't know. All I know, he's been delightful to talk to. So he also knows the rules. He knows the rules that when he gets it, he lets us know, take some pictures for social, and then he will be entered into the October contest for a shot at another free jersey. What were you going to hop into right away, though? You were saying most importantly?
I don't know.
Was it going to be baseball? Because I'm a baseball guy now?
Yeah, well, I read the script, the script for the podcast. We are a scripted podcast. Everything that we're about to say is written down on
every
a piece
single
of paper.
word.
We just read off of it. This one says "fuck Andrew." I was supposed to say that on the piece of paper. It says "fuck Andrew." I was actually supposed to read it twice. Fuck Andrew. Fuck Andrew.
There you go.
And then we talk about baseball. Red Sox. Yankees.
Yes.
Did you watch this game?
I did not watch this game. I did.
Then why are we talking about
did
it?
you watch? Because it's baseball.
No, I didn't watch.
The Red Sox won. No. Fuck the Yankees. Everyone can get behind that. And besides, Robbie is our aficionado when it comes to baseball. That's why it's number 1 on the list.
Robbie, did you watch this
I did
game?
Watch it, yeah.
Fuck you, Ian.
What'd you think?
I'm just glad the Yankees lost.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fuck the Yankees.
I told you.
Now, Robbie, you've only been with us a short time, so forgive me for asking something that I've probably already asked. Who is your baseball team?
It's the Tigers, definitely. Tigers,
okay, so
and then soft spot for the
fan.
Phillies. Yeah. Yeah, Tigers all the way, though.
Really? I didn't know that.
Because you're not a Lions fan. He's not a Lions fan. He hates the Lions, but he likes the Tigers.
Fair.
That's because the Tigers can win once in a while.
I was curious if you'd be a Cardinals fan just because, of where where you're at now. But
ironically, I always did like the Cardinals growing up too. You know how you have your top team and then you kind of have a couple more teams that you like to follow. I always did follow the Cardinals, so it kind of worked out that I ended up moving to St. Louis.
Then unfortunately for you, the Dodgers beat the Cardinals.
That's okay. I like the Dodgers.
Same here,
so I was like, it's a toss-up.
Do you wait, Robbie, do you just like every baseball team?
Except the Yankees.
You hate
just
the
a fan of baseball.
I hate the Yankees. I don't love Boston. So Tuesday night is probably the only time you'd ever see me cheer for Boston.
Okay.
All
right.
I'm not.
So you'd be rooting against Boston for the rest of the series.
Oh yeah, which I don't see them getting past. As good as they looked on Tuesday night, I don't see them getting past the Rays.
The Rays look good. I think like I as far as baseball goes, because I did watch the Dodgers game. No, I shouldn't say that. I watched part of the Dodgers game. I did not watch all of the Dodgers game.
You're such a big fan.
You know what the stipulation?
A 1-game playoff.
Yeah,
it's
but
a 1-game.
But you want to know?
playoff.
Here's the thing.
And you can't.
But here's the
thing,
though. Do you know why I only watched part of it? Because I knew the Dodgers were going to win. It didn't matter. Now here's the deal.
In the script it says, "Tell Andrew how much you hate him." I hate you so much.
Now, here is the next big thing. Playoffs are happening for baseball for the rest of the month. Like we got playoff baseball all month. Why don't you care?
I don't care. Cubs, because the Cubs are out. Cubs are not in the postseason. I could not care less. The entire team got slaughtered this season. We literally got our team dissected and shipped off like little parts of a human being, and it doesn't matter now. Like it literally doesn't matter now. The Cubs are awful. We gave away all our best players, so I mean, who cares? Who cares about baseball right now? I want to talk about the Ravens.
Oh my!
How about
God.
I'm just gonna not talk until we talk about the Ravens? That's
okay. Fine. Let's recap.
It's the Andy Robbie.
Let's recap.
It's gonna be Andy and Robbie. I'll just sit in the corner, and then we'll talk about the Ravens.
Actually,
I'm going to Monday Night Football. By the way,
are you really?
I will be in Baltimore. It's my grandmother's 90th birthday. Happy birthday, brother. It's her 90th birthday. I will be in town, and we have season tickets.
Does she listen to the podcast?
I thought, what? She does not listen to the podcast. Thank God. I swear way too much that I want any of my grandparents or really anyone in my family to watch me.
That's fair. I'm in that same boat. Okay, let's recap week 4 then really quick. The biggest thing...
Wow, that's it? That's all you want to talk about baseball?
You were crying. You were fucking throwing a fit. You're like, I'm not going to talk.
I don't want to talk about baseball.
It's like vegetables. Eat your vegetables. Talk about baseball.
Robbie, did the Tigers make the postseason?
Not this year. They were pretty bad this year, but they're looking pretty good for next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if they don't make the playoffs next year, then definitely. If they don't make it by 2 years, then there's something wrong. But
who's the best player on the Tigers right now?
Ooh.
Who's like the rock of the team?
Probably Jeimer Candelario had the best season out of everybody. We've still got Miguel Cabrera, even though he's not the player he once was. Yeah. He's at least going for milestones now, so that's been entertaining to watch.
He's a Hall of Famer through and through.
Yeah, so as far as best player last season, Jeimer Candelario, they are the front runners to land Carlos Correa in the offseason, though, so that would be a big move for them. And they've got a lot of good young pitchers that are coming up, too.
It's kind of...
I don't want to talk about
It's kind of funny because I'm a baseball
guy.
I didn't understand what you guys were talking about at all. But what I can tell...
Hold on. Andrew, have you ever heard of the player Miguel Cabrera?
See, I want to say no. I feel like I've heard the last name.
You're a baseball guy. He's a baseball guy, Robbie.
Well, because when he said the name, I was like, that sounds familiar.
The Triple Crown winner. One of very few players to ever get the Triple Crown.
All I have to say,
one of the only few players. You're a clown.
The Dodgers play the Giants in the first round.
Didn't even watch all the Dodgers games.
I watched like 6 Dodgers games.
1 game playoff. It's a 1
It didn't matter.
Playoff.
That game was garbage. It didn't matter. The Dodgers are playing for the series, the World Series in their first game. They're playing the Giants. Tell me I'm wrong.
This episode brought to you by Green Tea with Pomegranate. Well, we didn't talk about our sponsors yet, Andrew. We didn't talk about our sponsors yet. Green tea with pomegranate, and also being an auntie. This is my best auntie ever mug. So that is what this episode is brought to you by.
All right, you want to dive into some Week 4 recap then?
Yes. More than anything, I don't want to talk about baseball anymore. I don't know why we keep talking about baseball.
Yeah, stop bringing it up. What's wrong with you? I'm trying to transition.
I'm not okay. Fine. I will let you properly transition into football now. But I will say you're not a baseball guy. You don't know who Miguel Cabrera is, and you're not a real Dodgers fan.
So as of right now, week 4 is in the books. It's happened. And the Bengals beat the Jaguars. That was kind of close. I don't know why it was close, but it was a little close. Trevor Lawrence actually, I thought, looked really good.
So we're going to start with Thursday night.
Of course. Why would we not start with Thursday Night Football?
I just want to let you know, Andrew, people watching this, because it was a week ago, they're like, wait, what? The fucking Bengals played the Jaguars? When the fuck did the Bengals play the Jaguars?
That's the best part about our podcast is I get to say last Thursday the Bengals played the Jacksonville Jaguars, and then they go, oh, that's right, that did happen. I don't have to say, guess the Thursday night game. I'm going to tell you some stats, and you have to tell me who it was.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something about this game because I watched it. I'm in a little groove. I'm in a little groove right now. I like to bike on the stationary. There's a gym in my apartment complex. I like to bike and watch the game.
Sure.
I don't know. It's a very fun, relaxing thing that I do. It makes biking. I don't really like biking, but it's a good workout and it's easier on my joints.
Are you training for another half Ironman or anything like that? Or are you just like staying in shape right now?
Just staying in shape, but if the opportunity arises, I will jump on a triathlon if I see it. I actually just swam today, so all 3. I'm doing all 3. But listen, so I was like, "Fuck!" Well, I'm gonna bike and I'm gonna watch this game, and I want to care about this game, right? I want to care about
that's
this game,
easy,
and I don't really. I know.
Exactly.
Right? Sports betting. I did something else.
Oh, no.
I did something else because all my sports betting money, Andrew, is going into NFTs.
Yes, that is.
You should know this by now. I've been very open about it all year. Any sports betting money I have is now going into NFTs. It's a different kind of betting, but it is still betting. Now, what I did was I put one of my flex players. I started them because I was like, if I have a player in fantasy that I care about and I'm starting, well, then I'll actually care about the game because every time this team has the ball, I'm going to want them to use this player, right? Who do you think I put in? I never started this player before. He's a viable flex player.
Which team? Which of the 2 teams?
Jaguars.
Was it Laviska Shenault?
No, that would have been great.
That would have been great. Was it DJ Chark, actually? Is that what happened?
It was.
He shattered his ankle.
It was DJ Chark in the first fucking quarter.
First, 3 plays or something. Ankle. It was ridiculous.
He got 0 points.
Oh, yes.
He had 0 points.
Yeah, 0 points.
I still won.
Good. That's good.
Won this week in both of my leagues. In our Dynasty League, I won.
Did you now?
My first game of the I did.
Congratulations.
I did. And in my college buddies shotgun league, the loser of
the week, the lowest scorer.
The entire week, the lowest scorer of the entire week in the entire league has to shotgun a beer Tuesday.
I just thought about something about that league, which is kind of it's just a relief in general. If you win, you don't even have to worry about it because you can't be the lowest scorer and win, right? So I mean, all right. So
are you asking?
No. I'm just thinking out loud now. It's interesting because every time you would lose, you got to be like, oh fucking A, and you're checking to see if you're the lowest score. But if you win, you could just be like, fuck it. Not only did I win, and I'm super happy, I don't even have to think about shotgunning. It's just
all you gotta do is win, and you never have to shotgun. If you win every week, there's no chance of you ever shotgun.
So far in fantasy this year, so I'm in 10 leagues this year, and I have.
That's disgusting.
No, it's so fucking
That's disgusting,
fun.
And we honestly should not contribute. We shouldn't help you with your problem.
It's
you
not
have a real problem.
What makes you think it's a problem? I am 27-13 in the first 4 weeks in fantasy.
It's just it doesn't even seem fun.
Oh, it's the most fun thing I've ever done.
Here's the thing: with 10 leagues, you are always. I mean, you're practically always having a player that in the game, right?
And I'm always playing against myself. And so here's the thing. So here's the thing: when you play in 3 fantasy leagues, because there are people who play fantasy, they have tendencies, right? I have a fair amount of people on my team who are my core pieces because Saquon is a guy who I hit a lot on because he was
he went off
and he was falling a lot in drafts. So and he's a guy I believed in. So he's a guy who's a key piece in a lot of my leagues this year. And you have tendencies to pick up the same kind of people. There's so many of my leagues where Antonio Gibson is my RB2. It's just what it is.
I keep ending up with Josh Jacobs. I don't know why. He's always there in the draft.
He's not bad.
In the third round. No, he's not bad. And I think he's always a steal when I get him. It's like, oh, I already got Saquon. Oh, I already got Monty. Oh, a flex running back, Josh Jacobs, who's going to have a ton of workload.
His thing for me is always like, I'm always just scared. I don't know if he's going to be healthy. I mean, he missed 2 weeks already this year.
Well, that's why he's
right. Yeah, exactly. But the other thing is, when you get to be playing in a lot of leagues, the best thing that I get to do is on Sundays after I set my lineups, I just don't look at fantasy and I just enjoy football because it really doesn't matter. I'm just happy to see good football and I check fantasy afterward. Maybe the Sunday night game, I'm like a little bit more into it because there's sometimes you have to make an adjustment. But with so much going back and forth, there's really not a whole.
But Andrew, what I'm saying is, and I totally understand just enjoying football. Right. I mean, that's what I do. I enjoy football. But there is a sense of ownership when it comes to fantasy football.
There are leagues I care about more.
That's why, right. There are leagues you care about more, and there are players you care about more, and that's why red zone's a thing because you want to see your players perform on that given Sunday, right? When you have 10 teams, all of a sudden it becomes meaningless. You know what I'm saying? It's almost as if you had all the money in the world. Well, then money is no longer, it becomes meaningless.
So some of these, some of these teams are like, some of them are for money. Like I've got my money leagues, which are like $50 to $100 leagues. I've got some leagues that are just prideful leagues. Like they're not very expensive, but they're like, say your work league or some of them are contest leagues. So like I'm in something called the Megalo Bowl. It's like the over 10,000 person league. And, they take the people who are highest scores and they move them up to the next bracket after a while. So
that's
right.
Cool.
So, I mean, there are leagues that I'm in that are kind of like different as well. There's also best ball leagues, which are really fun, where you just do your draft. And then every week your starting lineup is just your best players for each position. So you're drafting not for downside. You're drafting only for upside.
So there's no strategy.
Well, all your strategy comes in the draft and you have to draft like 2 QBs because you can't stream, right? So like you're going to draft 2 QBs. Right. You're going to draft these guys who are like super high upside, even if they've got low downside. Like Antonio Brown this year is a great pick, obviously, but last year there were still a lot of people picking Antonio Brown because if he came back off suspension, if he came back and was what he was, he would just fill into your like wide receiver 2 spot, right?
Do you know who I picked up on waivers maybe the second week of the season? I haven't started him yet. So this is when a league like this would have actually really been useful because I haven't started this player, but he has been the best pickup on waivers because he is going off like a motherfucker.
Patterson.
I'm sure you know who. Cordell Patterson, who's putting up 20 to 30 plus points every fucking week with the Falcons.
And he's going to do it again this week because Calvin Ridley's not traveling with the team.
I'm starting him this week. You like fool me once, right? Fool me once, fool me twice. Well, fool me 3 times because it's now week 5. But I'm finally playing him. I'm finally going to play him this week and watch him get like 5 points. But he's been a stud.
Yeah,
he's been a stud.
I'm curious. Here's the thing: he's getting lots of points, but his snap percentage is around 30%, which means he's just being crazy efficient. There's nothing wrong with that. But if he's getting 30% snap share the rest of the season, there's no way. I mean, it's just not feasible to keep up with his points like that he's getting.
I mean, even if he does a third of what he's doing now, which is still in the double digits, low 10s, maybe
like he's still flex worthy, like without a doubt.
Exactly.
And flex worthy with high upside. I am of the opinion that as time goes on here, that they have a bye in week 7. So they got this, or I want to say their bye is week 6 actually. So they're going to have this week and the next week's the bye. And then week 7, they might have like come away from week 7 or into week 7 saying, hey, he's done really, really well. Let's get him more touches and see if we
increase that snap count.
So I'm curious to see how that goes. But anyway, we're off on a tangent here for fantasy, which I love, but
that was our fantasy segment.
Next game, the Titans fucking suck. I can't believe they lost to the Jets. That's all I have to say.
I fucking hate. Okay. So historically, Andrew, the Ravens have been main rivals with the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? Because they're in our own division. We're the 2 best teams in that division. So we're constantly facing each other in very important matchups, usually for playoff potential. And that's why we hate them, right? Well, we've kind of replaced the Steelers for the time being because the Steelers are so fucking bad right now. Honestly,
so bad. It's actually part of it is a little sad because that defense is really good and it should.
Like, I know, but Big Ben is literally falling apart. He's degrading in front of people's eyes. So we'll get to the Steelers because they sucked this week as well. But the Titans have filled that void because for the past 2 years, we played the Titans in the first round of the playoffs. They beat us the first year. I was at that game at M&T Bank Stadium. I fucking hate them. They're fucking obnoxious. The second year, last year, we played them. We beat them in their home stadium. There's been a bunch of kind of on-the-field rivalries. They were like warming up on our logo one game, and there was kind of a scuffle, and fucking John Harbaugh had to go out there. And who's the Tennessee head coach? Vrabel?
Yeah, Mike Vrabel.
He's like coming out here defending, like he's got a tiny dick. Vrabel's got a tiny dick. Big dude, tiny dick. Okay, probably the steroids, and he comes out there like defending, like, yeah, we can disrespect people's stadiums when we're fucking in. Like, fuck that guy, fuck the Titans. I'm so happy that they lost to the Jets.
Well,
they lost to the fucking Jets, dude. Of all fucking teams, they lost to Zach Wilson, babyface BYU bitch Jets. I love it because I hate the Titans. They have replaced my fucking rivalry with the Steelers, and I'm
also not a huge Titans fan. Like I thought that they were gonna. I thought they were gonna. I thought they were gonna, and I knew they were gonna struggle this year. I feel like that was a big 50-50 split. Everyone's like, oh, they're the Titans. They got the run game, and they have Derrick Henry, which all that is true.
Their defense is atrocious.
Their defense isn't good. They lost Arthur Smith, who was their offensive coordinator. Now, they didn't have Julio and they didn't have AJ Brown for the Jets game, but still, like the Jets should be a gimme. Like I don't. The way they've been playing, I can't imagine a world where that's a consistent thing. They cost me. I went 7 for 10 on the 10-team parlay, and the Titans cost me one of those games.
Wow. Who are the other two?
We'll get into it. Anyway, the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys might actually be good. Like I thought the Cowboys were kind of good.
That's what everyone's saying.
Well, after week 1 when they played the Bucks, I was like, oh man, they can score, but they got scored on a ton because everyone thought they'd have a bad defense, but they actually look like they are controlling the clock when they play.
They're competent.
Yeah, no, I mean, and with that,
are they going to win a ring before Jerry Jones hits the bucket?
No, they're probably not.
Kicks the bucket,
but they might get close. I don't know. I actually, they're going to run away with that division at this point. I mean, it's not going to be the Eagles, and it won't be the Giants. Although
I mean, that division is
I disgusting. Am warming up to the Giants in a way. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But
I'm just glad Saquon's back. Okay?
Yeah, no, so am I. The Saints are bad. They lost to the Giants. That offense is in overtime, but that offense is bad. And I don't know what they're going to do because they could switch to Taysom, but I think they want to start Jameis until Michael Thomas is back. So that way they could be like, okay, let's see what happens when he actually has a number 1 wide receiver. But I don't know if they're going to last that long, but we'll see. The Bears beat the Lions. Good for them. I mean, that's a huge achievement.
Yep, I watched this one with some Chicago buddies. It looked for a second there. It looked for just a teeny second there that the Lions were actually going to come back. But the Bears pretty much held their own. I don't know if Matt Nagy is calling the plays. I hope he's good.
Not.
Okay, good, because they're actually winning.
I believe
so. That's
Ryan
a good
Pace,
sign.
Yeah.
Good. That's a good sign that he's not calling the plays. Justin Fields had some fucking bombs.
Yeah.
He actually had some really nice throws. Great deep ball. And yeah, I mean, they look good. The defense obviously is rolling. The Bears defense is rolling. Khalil Mack looking great.
As of right now,
I mean, they looked good.
Darnell Mooney is their wide receiver 1, not Allen Robinson, which is a little weird. But if this keeps up, they're going to let A-Rob walk before the next season. I mean, he's only on a 1 year.
I mean, it's early. I mean, this is Fields' second game?
Yeah,
starting?
and he's
got to develop.
And he's also been named the starter moving forward. So we'll see.
But what about Andy Dalton?
There are rumors that Andy Dalton might get traded to the Steelers, but we'll see.
No, Andrew, listen. Matt Nagy promised.
He did. Matt Nagy
promised the starting job to Andy Dalton. Now, what kind of head coach would then take back his word and trade that quarterback to another team?
thing? And we've talked about this on multiple occasions. Like
No, I want you to answer the question.
I don't blame.
What kind of head coach would do that?
What kind of shitty one, right? A horrible, shitty head coach, right? No, I don't blame Nagy for like if you make a promise to a free agent, like you've got to honor it at some capacity because otherwise, no.
I'm literally.
I know
he should. Who cares about fucking handshakes? Who cares about promises? He made that promise before they drafted Justin Fields. They drafted Justin Fields early in the first round, and then you got to see what he has. Andy Dalton we know who Andy Dalton. I'm not even a fucking Bears fan, and I'm getting passionate about this. But if you know who Andy Dalton is, and you know the type of quarterback he is, okay, great. You know his ceiling. You have no idea what Justin Fields is. And yes, he's a young rookie, but this is what we do now in the NFL. We let rookies start.
I know.
That's what we did with Lamar Jackson.
It's up in the air for some of these guys,
We're doing it now with Kyler Murray. Trevor Lawrence is now starting. Zach Wilson. All these quarterbacks that got drafted this year, except for I guess Trey Lance, they're all starting.
Well, Trey Lance is actually looking like he's going to start this week too because of Jimmy Garoppolo's.
Well, yeah, because Jimmy G can't stay healthy.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so the Bears won. The Bills, they fucking destroyed the Texans. As long as
we don't even have to talk about this. We don't even have to talk about this game. Whatever his name threw like 5 interceptions. Stills. Is that his name?
Mills, Davis Mills.
I don't want to talk about
Fuck
I
yourself.
don't want to talk about this game.
Seattle beat the 49ers. I think Kyle Shanahan's a bad coach. I'm here to say it. I'm done with him. I think that
I've never been on the Shanahan wagon.
I think he's a really good offensive coordinator. I think he's a bad head coach. I don't think he's got leadership qualities in him that I see like from interviews, or I think he's going to lose the locker room at some point. Like the way he talks about some of his players, like they don't even exist on interview day, is just insane to me. I think the Cardinals
get him out of
here. I think the Cardinals are fucking great. Like I
know, dude. Yeah, the Cardinals are fucking good. They're the only undefeated team left in the NFL.
Who gives
we'll talk about that because some team ruined some other team's chances of being an undefeated team.
I actually I knew the Cardinals would be a high scoring team. Like that's just what they do. But I didn't think their defense would be very good. Their defensive line is actually insane.
They got JJ.
They do, and they have Chandler Jones. And Chandler Jones, I want to say, leads the league in QB pressures, and he had 5 sacks in week 1. Like,
yeah, he has. I think he leads the league in sacks too.
That I can't confirm, but in
any event, yes, they're very good right now. And now here's the thing I have with the Cardinals. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I don't want to think like this, but it's just what I've been watching. I don't have much faith in Kyler Murray, like consistently season, like in an entire season. Like I think that they're very hot right now. They're obviously 4-0.
4-0.
So they're obviously winning the games that are ahead of them. I mean, are you really putting your money on Kyler? I mean,
it's tough to like win the Super Bowl. No, but I think they'll win their division. I mean,
go to NFC. Go to NFC. Let's take it a step below the Super Bowl. Do you think that when the playoffs come, he can take that team to the NFC championship?
I think if he's healthy all year, I think he could take them there. I like him a lot. I think he's really, really smart in the pocket. He knows when to throw it away. He knows when to throw the ball when he needs to push it and force it, and he knows when to take off with it himself because he is a weapon on the ground. Now, the thing for him that has always plagued him, like last year when he had that hip injury, was I think that he likes to play through some stuff, which that needs to be a coaching thing. A coach needs to be able to look at that and say, hey, yeah, you're not playing this week because you're hurt. And I don't think they did that last year. I think they thought they were still in it.
Who's their backup?
I actually don't know who their is it Tim Tebow? Not Tim Tebow. I'm sorry, not Tim Tebow. Fucking Colt McCoy, I think, is their backup.
Cardinals, backup, QB. Let's fucking go. It's Josh Rosen.
No, it is not. That's not right. That's a lie.
No, it's cool.
Okay, I was gonna say. I was like, "There's."
Do you remember Josh Rosen, dude? You remember Josh Rosen?
I want to say I don't know if he's even on a team right. Oh, yes, he is. He's the backup for Atlanta.
Yeah, he's somewhere.
He wouldn't even be the backup for Atlanta, except AJ McCarron got hurt. So, okay, the Steelers, they need a new QB. We've already talked about this. They're
Andy Dalton. Now, Andrew, what kind
Shut up. Okay, so the Ravens manhandled the Broncos. They fucking gave Teddy B a concussion.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't.
I know
it wasn't really close.
No, it wasn't.
We pretty much had control of that game the entire time. Guess who's back, though?
Hollywood.
Guess who's back? Marlon Hollywood Brown. Did you see the catch?
I did see the catch. But I also think that the diving one in the end zone. Yeah,
yes,
well,
what other catch would
I
don't
know.
know.
Any
about?
catch that he made would have been impressive considering what he had the last week. So,
no, good one.
Well, but Rashad Bateman is supposed to be
real soldiers.
Rashad Bateman's supposed to be back this upcoming week, right?
I fucking hope so. He's been practicing with the team, so I'm not. This was week 5 was his estimated week back when he was originally injured. He has been working out and practicing with the team since last week. I'm hoping that Monday night I'll be at that game against the Colts. Pew, pew, pew. I really hope that he debuts his season, that game, because I'll be able to watch him live in person. However, I don't want him to rush because
core injuries.
We're honestly we're looking good. Yeah. Like from a wide receiver perspective, I think our defense needs work, and I think our run game, considering that we fucking lost 3
starting
our entire running back core in preseason.
Speaking of, Tyson Williams was a healthy scratch. Yeah. What did you think about that?
I that's what the Ravens do. The Ravens are a running back by committee, and we are literally bipolar. We're a bipolar running back team because week to week is a coin flip. We could, I remember when we had Alex Collins, and he would fucking light it up week to week, and then we would just he just wouldn't play the next game, and you're like, wait, what the fuck? It's kind of like there's another team that does this. I think it's the 49ers.
Yeah, the Niners do
but
that.
The 49ers will Hasty, fucking Breida, who else is on there? They have a bunch of running backs, and then week to week, one of those running backs will get 90% of the carries.
And the other ones don't even exist.
Exactly, and then the next week it's a flip it on their head.
I do think Tyson Williams is the Ravens' best running back on roster. However, I also, from everything that I've read and from the tape that I've seen, is he is the worst pass blocker on the team, and it's not even close. He is. That's a big part of the game, and especially for the Ravens, because the way they run their offense is you guys do not typically like to bring in an extra lineman, so you guys run 5 linemen a lot, and if your running back can't pass protect for Lamar, it's just gonna be. I don't know how you'll see yourself on the field.
Look at our running backs that we are using, and Latavius Murray, who's 6'3", he's fucking huge. Le'Veon Bell's pretty big.
Le'Veon Bell used to be a phenomenal pass blocker. I mean, he was a really good, just in general, was really, really good, but he used to be a great pass blocker.
Devontae Freeman, all these running backs that we're using, they're big guys.
So anyway, the Ravens fucking destroyed the Broncos. The Bucks barely escaped New England in that tsunami. That was a fun game to watch.
Okay. That was a very fun game to watch. I watched it on the bike again. I like to watch games on the bike. That's kind of my new thing. Now, Andrew, what did you think? Okay, I'm going to ask you a question about this game. Who was the real winner this game?
As an individual player, I would say for sure the real winner was Mac Jones. Mac Jones looked fucking awesome.
I would agree.
Now, I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm sure the nerves got to him a little bit. I mean, it just Tom Brady's human. It's what it is. But I still don't think he played a poor game. I think he managed a really good game. It was pouring rain. There were some throws that I thought. It was fucking terrible with the rain. I thought Antonio Brown actually dropped one that I thought he should have had, but
I think he dropped a couple.
Well, there were a couple of those. I thought the same thing, but there were a couple of those that were just out of reach just because they were coming off Tom's hand a little weird due to the
and it was raining.
No, I know. I'm not that's not a big. There was one for sure, the end zone bucket pass. I thought he had it, but he just wasn't able to pull it. But the Bucks get away with the win there. Then
What did you think about the Patriots kicking on 4th and 3, I believe? It was the final play of the game with 55 seconds left or something like that. And obviously the kicker, as in Nick Folk, he
boinged it off the
Yeah, he doinked it.
I'm okay with the call. That's a call that he had the distance. It wasn't. If it would have been short, then I'm okay, then you maybe rushed your decision there. But if your kicker can make the field goal, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. With that kind of play. especially when you're at home and you're playing it. You're the underdog at home. I'm
the only problem I have with the call, okay, is that Mac Jones was actually playing really well all night. 19 completions in a row at one point. Okay, and all you needed was 3 yards. So he was doing it all night, right? He was doing these slot, like quick 5-yard passes. I just think that it would have been better if they went for it on 4th and 3, get a few more yards, run out the clock. Because even if you make that field goal,
Tom still gets some time. I mean, but again, the way Tom was looking all night in the rain, I if I'm Bill, I'm kind of like, I'm going for it to get the points, just because I know it's only 3 yards and you've been getting them. But they ran for like -1 yard, so they knew.
Oh, they ran
so they knew it was going to be a pass, and regardless of how things had been going, the Bucs defense is a scary defense in general.
Yeah,
right?
They're good.
I don't blame Bill. That's one of those where I'm
okay,
like,
now what if Nick Folk had not doinked it, but instead just completely missed it? I mean, missed it a mile wide and it wasn't even close. Then are you saying that they should have gone for it on 4th
only if he doesn't have the distance? If he misses because it's short, then you should never. Then that's like, you should know your kicker's distance. If he misses wide left or wide right, bad kick, that sucks. But I mean, if it has the distance, then you had a shot. That's my big thing with taking the kicks. The Raiders are good, but the Chargers are really good. Holy shit. The Raiders defense was still, they held Keenan Allen to like 6 catches. They held Mike Williams to under like 23 yards. Yeah, Austin Eckler's a man and he scored on him a lot, but I think both of those teams are pretty good. That division is fucking nuts.
It's a good division. It's a very good division, especially with the Raiders being as good as they are early this season. I guess who I picked up on waivers. Speaking of more waiver talk.
You picked up Derek Carr. I don't know. Who did you pick up?
I picked up Hunter Renfrow.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Nice little slot receiver. I think he had a touchdown.
I think he did have a touchdown.
But he's just a shifty motherfucker.
He is, dude. He's
just a shifty motherfucker.
Hunter Renfrow is the 3rd and whatever, dude. Like, if you need a first down, that dude plays the slot so well. He did the exact same thing for Deshaun Watson when they played Clemson together. He was a stud there. He's been a stud for the Raiders. He's one of Gruden's favorite guys just because you could target him whenever.
Right. He's always open. He's like just a little shifty fucker.
Injuries. We already talked about Teddy Bridgewater got concussion. Joe Mixon, he left with an ankle injury. He's probably not playing this week. Chris Carson has a neck injury, and he hasn't been practicing. They played tonight. Probably not playing would be my guess. Jimmy.
Now, who would be taking most of the snaps as running back?
For who? Mixon or Carson? Well, for Mixon, it's probably going to be Samaje Perine. If you're looking at Chris Carson, I think it's going to be Alex Collins. I think the Bengals will probably do more of a committee, but the Chris Carson, I think if he's out, Alex Collins will probably get most of the work. Jimmy Garoppolo, calf strain, and Peyton Barber has turf toe, so don't expect him to be playing. If Josh Jacobs is out, you're not going to be seeing Peyton Barber. So,
yeah, Josh Jacobs, I just feel like is going to be questionable every single week this season. Same with Saquon.
Yeah,
I feel like Saquon is.
When I see Saquon questionable, though, I'm just like, okay, he'll probably play. But when I see Josh Jacobs questionable, I'm like, oh, fine. What's John Gruden gonna do?
He still played this. Both of them played this weekend. Both of them, obviously, Saquon went off with 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs still did pretty well for the Raiders.
Yeah, because he's that guy who just gets a ton of work when he's on the field.
He eats.
Another one we didn't talk about.
He eats.
David Montgomery is out like 4 to 5 weeks with a knee injury as well, which that's really fucking rough.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks.
So the 10-team part.
That sucks.
It does
suck.
That
fucking sucks.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Guess who picked up Cordell Patterson on the waivers?
So now you've got a solid RB2 still.
I mean, yeah, he's ranked number 2 right now for most points.
So the 10-team parlay, I went 7 for 10 this week. So I lost. You already know I lost one of them on the Titans. I had Titans money line against the Jets. That should have been a gimme. I had the Panthers over the Cowboys because I thought that the Cowboys were good, but I thought it wouldn't be. I didn't think they'd be that good. I mean, they scored a fuck ton of points. And then this one's my fault. I'll own it. I took the Lions over the Bears. I thought because I don't think the Lions.
I could have seen that. I think I did too.
Because I don't have the Lions going winless this year, and so I mean, like, and it's a divisional game. Like, yeah, they could definitely beat.
They're always except for the Bears. They've been in every single game.
And I'm honestly for the next week's 10-team parlay, I have the Lions over the Vikings. So I don't. You're okay, but here, let me see if I got this logic right. Maybe. Let me see if I have this logic right with you. The Vikings are what? Okay.
They are just hot and cold. Like some weeks they're really fucking good, and other weeks they're dog shit. They're just inconsistent.
Okay, cool. Because the Browns you think are bad, right?
The Browns are bad. The Browns. Okay. Sorry. When I say the Browns are bad, I mean they're overhyped as shit. Okay, so that's just me like wading through all the bullshit that people keep spouting at me. Like
that's saying the Browns are good.
Like everyone at ESPN, everyone that says the Browns are good. This is their year. They're gonna win their division. Blah blah blah. They're not. They're overhyped every fucking year.
Don't say every year because there were two seasons ago. Okay, there you go. I was like 2 seasons ago, dude, or 3 seasons ago. They had a combined record of 1-31.
Do we even think Baker's that good? Think Baker's that good?
Here's what I think about Baker. I think Baker does exactly what is asked of him, which is not like that's not a detriment to him. I think he knows how to manage the game. I think he has a high football IQ, and I think he's got swag. We've talked about that the entire time that he's been in the league. He is a leader type player, and as long as he has an offensive scheme around him, yeah, I would say Baker's pretty good. I mean, he has made lots of clutch throws. He's looked the best this year that he's looked, I think, any year that he's been in the league.
They're not going to win their division. The Ravens have that locked up. Okay. I don't want to hear it.
I'm not here to argue about I'm just saying that the Vikings just lost to the Browns. I'm fairly certain that the Lions can beat the Vikings.
Yeah. I think the Lions could beat the Vikings because the Vikings are trash some weeks and really good other weeks. Like the Vikings beat the Seahawks.
Let's see here. Yeah.
Right? Wait,
the Vikings beat the Seahawks like 17-30.
What was the team that they didn't beat because they missed a
Cardinals?
Game? Was that the Cardinals?
Yeah, exactly. So it just depends who you're going to get. And then all 3 of the smaller 3-team parlays, they all went 2 for 3. So that was unfortunate. But
oh wow, so worthless.
So it's worthless.
This is worthless.
So here is the I'm going to give you the 10-team parlay for week 5. All right, not giving you odds or anything. I'm just going to give you who I have.
I don't want it.
That's too bad. So I have Tampa Bay over the Dolphins. I have the Patriots over the Texans. I have Jacksonville. I actually have the Jaguars over the Titans. Fuck the Titans. Any team who can lose to the Jets can lose to the Jaguars, right? Yeah,
absolutely.
Thank you. I do have the Panthers over the Eagles. I have the Lions over the Vikings. The Packers, I have them over the... Who do I have them over this week?
Well, Jesus, Andrew, don't you have the list in front of you?
I just have who I have because I didn't think you'd want to hear all this. So I just have...
I don't want to hear all this. I actually don't want to hear any of this. So why do you keep talking to me about this?
Because we're going to talk about baseball. I have the Packers over the Bengals. Cowboys, I've got them over the Giants. That's a gimme. And then I have the Browns over the Chargers. And then I have the Cardinals over the Niners. And then I have the Bills over the Chiefs.
You don't have the Ravens over the Colts?
No, I do not.
That is so stupid. And let me tell you why. Okay? That is a Monday night game that you can easily hedge if that becomes your 9. You should just add that. You honestly, that's literally a free game. You should add that at the very end of your parlay. I don't even care. I do care actually if you pick the Colts, but it's just smart to add it to the end of your parlay because if you go 9 for 10, you're automatically making money.
Well, to be fair, in a 10-team parlay, if I could do the same thing with the Buffalo and the Chiefs game because that's the Sunday night game if I'm 9 for 10 at that point. But here's the thing. I did think about taking the Ravens, but the Ravens, the odd, you're going to get mad at me because I'm going to talk odds at you. The Ravens are minus 320 which is fine, but I'm pretty sure they're going to win. That doesn't add value to the parlay. I think the Bills will actually beat the Chiefs, and they got plus 130. That adds so much. Like, I'm looking at a $5 bet to win almost $2,000.
My dog's freaking out because I'm making weird fucking noises. Okay, Andrew, one thing we actually, before we get to our pick'em game that we wrap the show up every episode on, we haven't talked about Urban Meyer.
Yeah, he's a fucking crazy man. That means he's trying to get fired, dude. And he's probably gonna get fired.
So I hope so, because he's a fucking lunatic.
He is a lunatic.
He's actually, I don't hope he gets fired. I do not hope he gets fired, because I want him to continue running the show down in Jacksonville, just the circus. I just want it to be a circus down there with Trevor Lawrence and college women that he's grinding with at bars. Like, I want it all. I want it all because it's entertaining as fuck. And then he'll come in and be like, I'm sorry. Trevor Lawrence had a bachelor party. He's not so innocent either. And it's also, I'm
fucking
sorry.
Crazy. And apparently everyone laughed. Like when he addressed the team, and everyone was like laughing after he left. And I'm like, no shit. Like, apparently he's lost all control of that locker room. I don't think he can.
It's been 4
I don't
weeks.
think that he can. I don't think that his coaching style matches, the professional scene.
He's got a bad heart, Andrew. Lay off of him, okay?
Yeah,
he's got health issues around his
That's
heart.
my bad, dude. Fuck, sorry, Urban. Get the fuck out of here. You know what's crazy? Like, we just laugh at Urban Meyer. Like, I look at Adam Gase and I look at Matt Nagy. I'm like, you are ruining football with how like terrible you are. And I look at Urban Meyer. I'm like, just go to bed. Just be done.
They're a different kind of moron, but they're all morons.
Exactly. Okay, well, before we do this, do you want to hop into the discrepancy here? Because I do want to get that corrected, because I want to make sure that we are on the same page. Because like I said,
I just don't believe I'm losing.
You are now.
I know. I don't believe that.
Oh, you can.
I thought that I really hit it right.
I
really nailed it.
So when you're saying, no, you didn't. I mean, like, we can get. I mean, like, you were up by 1, and now I'm up by 2. We can go over last week's picks if you.
It was a 3-point.
Yeah,
swing.
We can go over last week's picks if you want to.
I don't want to go over last week's picks. I just want to bitch about. I don't think that I'm actually.
When you were like, I found a discrepancy, I'm like, oh shit! Like, tell me, because I want to know.
Let me know. Let me say this for the record, Andrew. You're officially on.
Oh, okay. All
because
right.
I will be checking from here on out.
That's totally fine.
I'll be rewatching us give our picks. And before we meet every week, I'm going to make sure that the scores are the same. Okay? You got to check the tape.
Okay, you think I'm changing? That makes more sense. You think I'm changing the score?
I think something nefarious is going. I think something sketch. Okay, there's something going on. Dun, 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 dun. There's something going on. Alexa,
no, don't
play. There's
don't
something going on Spotify.
Alexa, don't play that.
I know there's something going on.
Oh no, I hear it going.
Alexa, volume 9.
Oh, don't do that. No. That is so bad for audio listeners. That's bad for anybody, actually. I don't know. We're gonna mute your mic. There we go. There, he's muted now, so like we'll just wait for him to give me a. Yeah, no, I can hear him. So we'll wait for him to give me a thumbs up. All right, we're back.
You can't mute me. How did you even do that? You don't have the. I can't. I'm not doing
I know.
this. You. Oh my god.
I've had that power the whole time.
You have the power to.
Oh
mute
fuck
me?
yeah, and Robbie. People got to know what's going on.
There's something going on.
No, we're not. Don't say.
There's something going on.
All right, let's get into our
picks.
So let's start with the LA Rams.
I gotta pet my dog. He's freaked out. I gotta pet my dog.
Oh my god!
Get it! Like, what the fuck is going on? You're playing fucking music and you're yelling and shit.
So the Rams are 2-point favorites against Seattle. Who you got? Oh, I'm ahead, so I have to go first. Yes.
Yeah, Andrew.
So I'm gonna take Seattle.
This pains me, Andrew. This pains me, but I'm gonna take the Rams.
Okay.
I think they're still frauds. I'm not big on Matthew Stafford. I will be taking the Rams tonight.
We have the Jets and Atlanta. Atlanta are 3-point favorites. And this is the London game.
Ooh, the early game.
I'm going to...
With your tea and crumpets, just wake up a little early and take your tea and crumpets in the flat.
I think I'm actually going to take the Jets.
I'm going to take the Falcons.
All righty.
And my boy Cordell, who I will be starting this week. So don't fuck with me, Cordell.
The Lions and the Vikings play, and the Vikings are 10-point favorites.
Well, you have to go first.
And I'm thinking that I'm taking the Lions. 10 points is a lot of points.
Then yeah, I'm taking the Lions as well.
Washington plays New Orleans, and the New Orleans Saints are favored by 2.5. I'm taking Washington, 100%.
I'm also taking the Washington football team.
All righty.
Redskins. Sorry. I keep mixing that up.
The Patriots are playing Houston, 8.5-point favorites. Give me the Pats, dude.
Yeah, I don't. Man, I really liked the Texans with Tyrod.
Yeah, I kind of did too.
This new guy, I don't know who the fuck he is. He's throwing 5 picks a game. I'm taking the. Wait, who else?
The Patriots.
Yeah, I'm taking McCorkle Jones.
The Patriots just held fucking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to 17 points or something. It was something ridiculous.
Right.
So speaking of Tampa Bay are 10-point favorites against Miami. I'm taking Tampa Bay at -10. I think Miami's cooked. I think Miami's done for the season.
Why do you think that?
Watching them play football, it looks like there's no life at all in their eyes. So I think it's...
I mean, they took the Raiders to overtime.
Sure. I don't know. I'm sure the players obviously want to win. We know that's how it works. But
what's the spread?
10.
Yeah, I'm taking the Dolphins.
Okay.
That's too big a spread for me.
Ian's got the Dolphins.
And I'm going to be checking.
That's fine.
Make
That's
sure
fine. You can check you can literally go and check the edit history of the other. Fucking whatever. Green Bay are 3-point favorites against Cincinnati. I'm going to take Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's that low of a.
I think it's just because
spread.
I think people are just hot on the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow, so they're just trying to get that money.
Not me, bro.
Pittsburgh is 1-point favorites against Denver. I'm actually gonna take. I think I'm gonna take Denver, but this is just me gambling on Teddy being back.
I'm taking the Broncos. Okay. The Steelers are trash.
Both of us taking the Broncos. Carolina are 3-point favorites against Philly. I'm obviously taking Carolina.
I will be taking the Eagles.
Interesting. I'm all about it.
Feels weird. But I'm going to take them.
Okay, so Tennessee, they play Jacksonville. Let me see. What the hell is the spread on this bitch? Tennessee. 4-point spread for Tennessee.
Against
Jacksonville. I'm taking Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's a part of your 10-team
yes,
parlay.
Sir.
I'll take the Titans.
I bet that hurt to say.
It actually did.
Chargers are 2-point favorites against the Browns. I'm taking the Browns.
I'm taking the Chargers.
All right. Chicago, the Bears, they get to play Las Vegas. The Raiders are 5.5-point favorites. Give me the Raiders.
I will also be taking the Raiders.
San Francisco, they get to play the Cardinals. Cardinals are 4.5-point favorites, and I'm hammering the Cardinals.
Give me the 49ers.
Hey,
give me the 49ers.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, shit. Just deleted the 49ers. Yeah. There we go.
I said 49ers.
All right. Giants play Dallas. Dallas, they are 6.5-point favorites. That's actually down 0.5 point from earlier today. I'm going to hammer the Cowboys.
I will also take the Cowboys.
The Chiefs play the Bills. The Chiefs are 3-point favorites. I'm taking the Bills.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
All right.
I'll be taking the Chiefs.
Whoops.
Stop deleting my
answers.
answers.
Deleting your answers. I'm writing the wrong name. Yeah, and taking the Chiefs. And then the final game, we got the Colts and the Ravens.
Ravens. I don't even care. What is the
7?
Yeah, Ravens.
I'm trying to decide now. I'll do the safe thing. We're gonna both take the Ravens. Both. Boom. And that's it. That is the whole fucking thing.
Have you watched Squid Game?
No, I've seen trailers for it, but is it that good?
Watch it. Watch it with some nice grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
Every time I come around your city, bling bling. Every time I come around your city, bling bling. Every time I come around your city, bling bling. Every time I come around your city, bling bling. Every time I come around your city, bling bling. Every time I come around your city, bling bling.
Valentino summers and wave runners. Chains on my niggas like slave runners. Drug dealers anonymous. Valentino summers and wave runners. Chains on my niggas like slave runners. Drug dealers anonymous. How many Madonnas can that Mazda fit? My brick talk is more than obvious. It's ominous. Garage is the phantom. Ghouls, ghosts, and goblins. Blonde mohawk the collection. I'm Dennis Rodman.
No better feeling would he ever get than being grapefruited. No better feeling would he ever get than
every time I come around your city, bling bling. Every time I come around your city, bling bling. Every time I come around your city, bling bling. Every time I come around your city, bling bling. Every time I come around your city, bling bling. Every time I come around your city, bling bling.
Time to hit the showers because baths are for babies.